This presentation provides an overview of the Victorian Auditor-General's report, Managing the Municipal and Industrial Landfill Levy. Victoria's Municipal and Industrial Landfill Levy, MIL, was established in 1992 to create a disincentive to putting waste into landfill and to encourage resource recovery and recycling. The Environment Protection Act 1970, the Act, requires the MIL to be charged on each tonne of waste deposited at licensed landfills. The levy is collected from landfill operators and councils. Income generated by the MIL supports Victoria's environmental agencies. The remainder is transferred to the Sustainability Fund, the fund, to be used only for the fund's legislative purposes of better waste management, reduced greenhouse gases, or effective adaptations to climate change. Since 2005, when the Sustainability Fund was established, approximately $1.7 billion has been collected through the levy. We found there is a potential risk that the MIL and the fund are not always used for their intended purposes, and that funded activities are not achieving the fund's legislative objectives. This audit examined the Department of Environment, Land, Water and Planning's DELP, financial management of the MIL and the fund, processes for prioritising and selecting programs funded from the fund, project management and outcomes of funding. The audit examined the management of the MIL trust account and the fund since administrative responsibility transferred to DELP on 1 July 2015. We audited 5 agencies involved with the collection of the MIL, the administration of the fund and/or that are recipients of funding. We found that distributions to environmental agencies and transfers to the fund are timely and compliant with legislative requirements, and funds are invested appropriately. The Sustainability Fund Committee was set up by the Minister for Energy, Environment and Climate Change to support strategic and accountable management of the fund. Committee advice to government on the eligibility and merit of funding proposals is incomplete and inconsistent. This limits the Minister's ability to make informed decisions that allow full comparison between competing proposals. The committee includes senior staff from DELP, which is the main funding beneficiary. This creates an inherent conflict of interest. The lack of a formal process to ensure the committee considers all funding proposals means they can bypass committee assessment. The Sustainability Fund guidelines require the Premier and Minister to seek advice prior to approving the allocation of funds. In the 2017-18 budget process, only 8 of the 14 proposals went through the regular pathway. The lack of a formal process to ensure the committee considers all proposals, including those from other departments, before they are approved puts the Minister and Premier at risk of approving the use of fund money for programs that are not in line with its intended purpose. There is a significant lack of evaluation of funded activities and public reporting on fund outcomes. It is unclear how funded programs have contributed to the achievement of the fund's legislative purposes and the extent to which they have addressed the challenges posed by waste and climate change. Only 39% of completed projects reported that they met their objectives. DELP has worked to enhance the clarity of program outcomes in funding agreements, with the aim of improving completed program evaluations. Encouragingly, DELP recognises these design and implementation issues and has taken steps to resolve them. These developments, if sustained, will help foster greater public trust and confidence in the rationale for the fund and the ability of DELP to administer it effectively. However, a significant proportion of funds have remained unspent over many years, representing an opportunity cost. If this situation persists, the public may reasonably question the quantum of the levy. We made 14 recommendations to DELP designed to improve administration and governance of the fund. DELP has accepted all of our recommendations and provided an action plan that describes how and when these will be implemented. For further information, please see the full report of this audit on our website, www.audit.vic.gov.au.